Alrighty, everybody, welcome back here to our coverage of the ESEA Season 17 LAN Finals here. And in case you're just joining us, we just finished, our last map there, which was on Process Elevate. Ended up taking that one, a solid game there, 5-2, but very exciting back and forth here. We're still waiting on the info to our next server. We had a switch in servers, but we are now going to be moving into our second map in this best of 3 winner, going on to play against Froyotech tomorrow morning for the grand finals. So taking a look as far as what the map picks are here, it looks like Mix-Up went ahead and banned Gully Wash, Elevate banned Viaduct, and now Mix-Up has gone on to pick Badlands. So we are going to be switching over to Badlands here momentarily. We just got server info, so we'll be heading in there in just a minute to go ahead and bring you guys that. But kind of the story of the last game there, just a lot of back and forth play. We had Harblu, who was going nuts there for a while, making a lot of big plays. But eventually, Elevate kind of adapting to what he was doing, and Elevate ended up going up a quick 2-0 lead, and then Mix-Up coming back, and that's when Harblu really started to shine for them. And then once they kind of figured out how to deal with him after the first half, then it was just kind of, control from there for Elevate, just kind of in command of things throughout the rest of the game there. So we are now moving in to Badlands, as I said. Now, I'm not sure, Blank, are you back yet? I know he said he was going to step off for a little bit, so it looks like he is not quite back yet. So I'm going to go ahead here and fill the stream with my voice for a little bit longer here, as we're going to go ahead and kind of talk some things out here, I suppose. I talk about, I guess, some of the matches that happened earlier today. This is actually the first time that these two teams in particular have played each other at the event so far today, and I believe Process was also the first time that map had been played for this event as well. I heard that it was pretty much just 3A. There he is. He's back on now. I was just kind of talking about how these guys hadn't been playing each other so far yet today. Was that the first time that Process had been played the whole tournament?
Yep, that was the first time Process had been played, the entire LAN, more or less.
Yeah, so it's nice to see some mixed up maps there, but now we're going back to Badlands, it seems, which is, of course, one that's been played a lot, so I've heard throughout. Based on what you've seen, Blank, between these two guys, these two teams playing throughout the day, obviously Elevate's playing very well. Now, does Mix-Up have any sort of an advantage, kind of an edge going into Badlands? Is that a strong map for them, or do you think Elevate's still going to be able to come out big here and win this?
I think this map is probably going to be a 5-4. Let's see, the previous map, Process, felt like Process was a little bit, the Mix-Up was sort of dependent on Harblu's, all or nothing plays with his roamer antics, to try and control Badonsky in a sense. But on a map like this, I feel like Badlands is a map where all the classes are a little more even keel. You don't have really one class that can just dictate the pace and tempo. I mean, classes can still do that if, an individual just hits all his shots perfectly and the stars align, but, for the most part, it's not going to be like Gully Wash, where if your demo does the fast rollout and shoots 3 stickies in the big door, the mid-fight's already won kind of deal, so I have a feeling this one's going to be a 5-4.
Yeah, so Blank here looking for a pretty close game. Now, 5-4 Elevate or 5-4 Mix-Up?
I'm going to go with the 5-4 Mix-Up because I would like to see one series today at least go to a best of 3, so, or, to go to the third game. Yeah,
that would be awesome. Of course, get another map in there for the night. Why not before the big one tomorrow? So there you have it. He's saying a 5-4 Mix-Up for this one. I've seen Mix-Up play pretty well on Badlands in the past. They had some very good games at GXL. on Badlands, where they really went tight with Froyotech in particular on one of those games. Ended up being a very, very close game, very good. So we'll see if they can do the same here and pull one out against Elevate to send this one into a third map in this best of 3 here. Winner going on to play that team we were just talking about, Froyotech, who has just been absolute beasts of the game here throughout this kind of second part of the year here since summertime. So it looks like we almost have everybody. Actually, we do have everybody in the server here, so we're just going to be waiting for the ready-ups on both sides of the table here, and we're going to go ahead and get things started. Who are you looking for, Blank, on each team, respectively, to be doing some work here in this game?
I'm honestly looking for mix-up. I'm looking towards Zalox and kind of Arctic Joe to be the two to really step it up and kind of be the X factors that'll put mix-up on the map. Because I mean, you know, when you think of mix-up, Platinum, Enigma, you know, Hard Blue, those guys are like the core of mix-up. They've been together like, you know, 10 seasons or something almost, something ridiculous like that. So these guys, you know, they're gonna pull their weight. They're LAN veterans. They know what they're doing. Zalox and Arctic Joe, you know, pretty much fresh blood to the mix-up roster. As for Elevate, I feel like on a map like this, if Alpha can have a really good game on Scout as well as Decimate, I feel like they have potential to really seal the deal here.
I guess we'll just have to see going into this here. As you said, it's been a pretty odd time for mix-up here. They had those 3 core players that they've been, you know, playing with for however long, and they've been dealing with, you know, all these switching around, even having the same players but switching around classes and whatnot, and having all these different roles, which, you know, more or less may, of course, certainly haven't helped them over the course of the season, having to deal with all those roster issues and things like that, switching things around. But, I mean, so far in this event, definitely not doing bad. It's just Elevate definitely playing very well so far, especially on process there in that last one. So we'll have to see how Mix-Up can go ahead and change things up here moving into this map. But as we were saying, this is definitely a very solid map for Mix-Up. So if there was a map for them to go ahead and win a game on against Elevate here, it would definitely be this one, I would think. So
yeah, definitely is. It looks like we have all 12 players in the server, so we should probably be going live pretty soon. What's your prediction for the game here? I believe I called the 5-4 mix-up. I'd like to see us go to a third map.
You know, I definitely want to see a third map, and I think that this is, as I was just kind of saying, this is the map for Mix-Up to do it on. As far as the scoreline, I want to say 5-4, but I'm going to go off of something different than yours. I'm feeling like they're going to come out strong here, maybe play better since they're on the ropes here. I mean, if they lose this game, they're, you know, packing the bags up, heading home. Well, not heading home, but they're going to go ahead and watch from the bleachers tomorrow. So, you know, I'm going to say 5-3 in this one for Mix-Up. I think this is definitely a good map for them, and I'd like to see them come out and force a third map for the evening. Now, as far as the third map, you know, depending on what it is, I guess we'll have to see if it gets there, but, you know, I would think Elevate would win the series overall, but, you know, I guess we'll have to see how things play out here over the course of this. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully the boys can get all readied up here so we can get going, because this is a game that I'm definitely dying to see here. It's going to be very good, I'm expecting.
Also, I believe if Elevate were to win this map, or even the next map, you know, just win the series, it would be the first time we haven't had the Banny Platinum Grand Finals in something like 9 seasons now. These two have always, you know, every iteration it's been Mix-Up versus Banny teams since I believe season 9, and it just every season these two teams always make it to the Grand Finals. So the Planny, as I call it, you know, Platinum Banny rivalry. This could be the end of an era, if you will.
It definitely could be. I mean, you know, of course, Mix-Up wants to have something to say about that right now, but so far, Elevate's been playing pretty darn good, so it's gonna be a tough road for them. But maybe this is the end of an era here. We'll see. We'll have to see once we get started, because now Kozin, of course, making things difficult on us, went and timed out on us, but you know, it's going to be interesting. I mean, kind of at a loss for words now. We've kind of milked the cow here for a little bit, but any other notes as far as these two teams that you have going on and playing in this map? I mean, of course, the antics from Alpha, of being on Sniper a lot. I feel as though this map would be one more for him to do, because I saw in the game before this he was going on Spy a decent bit as too and making some plays. So do you think, as far as his off-classing, his kind of off-classing stuff that he does, you think Spy is going to be a bit more prevalent for him on this map, or do you think you're going to see him run Sniper on last?
If anything, we're going to see Sniper primarily on last. He might occasionally pull it out for a cheeky shot when he's on bats, when they're holding Spire, but besides that, we're actually probably not going to see a lot of off-classing for the most part, I feel like, outside of teams on last.
Okay, alright, so something to note there as well. And we do have... Oh no, excuse me, he's not back into the server yet, so... we're just waiting for Kozin to get himself back in here, but kind of what I was getting at, do you have any other notes here, at least for these two teams, kind of facing off on this map and moving forward here?
I'm actually curious as to, well, Elevate must have beaten Mix-Up both times over the regular season, but I'm wondering what maps they were on. I mean, I could go dig those stats up, but at the same time, those were different Mix-Up iterations, if you will. So I'm not sure just how much relevance they actually hold, but
yeah, because they have, as you said, kind of been switching out. I think Zalox came in at some point during the season too, so...
Yeah, and then Arctic Joe, he's here to replace Squid, and Harblue didn't want to play for a while, then he came back and he's on Roamer now. Platinum was on Demo, then Roamer, and now he's back to Pocket, so it's kind of been all over the place. And I mean, even if you've been playing together for a long time and you swap up classes and you have a bunch of new teammates coming into the groove, that does throw things in for a mix for your team, and it takes some time to figure things out like that.
No, 100%. It's a very important aspect to Team Fortress 2, of course. So, I was kind of digging up at least the stats from last match to see what's going on. We still have some time here. Is Kozin back into the server yet here? I'm kind of going back and forth. Looks like he's not back in yet, so we do have a little bit of time here before this next one. I was kind of looking at some of the stats from last match, and it looks like nobody from Elevate necessarily had, or at least as far as DPM goes, I mean, they were all pretty spread out. A very good team game from Elevate there, and they had a lot more Ubers than Mix-Up, and of course, we had Harblue, who put out a lot of DPM in the last game, but he actually put up more than anybody else in the server, but it just seemed to be... as we were saying, kind of the all or nothing plays from him. So, for the second after the first two rounds of that first half, he was, kind of going off, and then it just kind of went, and, they really adapted to him. But now we've lost another player from one of the teams.
Well, Killing told me that Kozin is having an issue connecting to Steam, and they're working on it, trying to get him back into the game as soon as possible. But yeah, Mix-Up on the previous map, their mid-fight just seemed to be, if Harblue hits the speed rollout and it goes well, we have a shot at mid. If he flubs it or he gets picked early, pretty much you don't really show up to mid, or your mid-fight, you're severely limiting your options there. Very reduced possibility of winning. On a map like this, though, it's curious. You can do closet rollouts, you can go house, you can just walk up your own slope. There are teams that sometimes push underneath. So the thing with Badlands, I really like the way the mid plays out, because there's kind of a variety of ways you can play it. So I feel like it's one of the best mid fights in the game in that regard. I mean, there's plenty of varied terrain, the rollouts, jumps you can do, and it'll just be interesting to see the play out.
Yeah, especially from Harblue with his crazy jumps. You never know what that guy's gonna do, so it'll be Rather interesting to go ahead and see that, but we're still down 2 players here. I'm not sure exactly what a time frame is on this, so you guys don't have to go through and kind of listen to us blabber on about stuff that we've already talked about multiple times. Looks like we've lost yet another player, so I guess we're going to go ahead here and just kind of take a short break, see exactly what's going on here, if we can get everybody back in and all that. So stick with us here, guys. Sorry for the wait. We should be able to bring you guys this match here in just a minute. We'll see you guys then.
Alert! The control point is being captured. Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. We're just getting started here with our second map here in this best of 3 on Badlands between Mix-Up and Elevate. I'm Gex, and alongside me I have Blank, and we're getting rolling into things here. Blank had the prediction of a 5-4 Mix-Up win here on this one, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and get into this first mid-fight here as we take a look at mix-up. Zalox and Harblue both going to go down here. Enigma as well. They've lost 3 players on the start of the... Oh my goodness, 5 players, and that is just going to be Platinum left. He's going to go down shortly here as well. Blank, a wicked mid there from Elevate.
Yeah, when you wipe like that, that's a pretty grim prospect for a round, as you know, it's probably going to end up being, I mean, Kozin did die, so that is the silver lining in all this, but they're going to get a 2 points off of this, and, you know, Elevate, are they going to be able to hold on to the Spire? We do have Harblue coming out with his typical shenanigans. Badonsky says, get out of here, as he smacks him with a pipe. But I don't imagine Elevate's really going to push off of that Harblue pick. I mean, he'll be respawning in time by the time they get in the lobby.
So here we go. We see Elevate getting themselves in. Sitting inside a lobby right now as Mela kind of peeking over to the right side here. We do have both teams are going to be just about even on the Ubers here. As we're just kind of waiting, building them up, seeing as we have Enigma who has started a sentry gun, getting that going. And he's going to have that all primed and ready to go. And they're just building these Ubers frantically here, but we're no pick classes so far from what I've seen. And Mix-Up getting pretty aggressive over on the right side here. But they're going to go ahead and back themselves off now, so we're just going to wait for the play to happen. Rando peeking lower for them, and they actually had Alpha who came through, possibly suiciding to go off class, but Mix-Up not going to give them the opportunity as they come through. They do take down one. Mela's going to be able to get one in the process, so Mix-Up down 2 players, Elevate down some as well. The Uber has been popped on last. They got a lot of cap time on it, but they are able to defend it for the time being. But it looks like Kozin's going to go ahead and have this full Uber to push back into last with here once they get all of their teammates up and ready to go.
Yeah, that was a really nice kind of drop-down play by Platinum. As, you know, we saw Rando trying to spam the point. He just comes down, 4 rockets and a couple of shotguns, but everybody from Elevate pretty much deciding to commit to that, and they get the forces. We do have the pop coming out here from Badonsky and Rando. Recognizing to kill the gun first, there is a soldier up above the point, but Zalox doesn't even dead his stickies in time. Decimate just nudges onto the point. He's like, hey guys, I'm a scout. Thanks for the cat.
So there you have it, 1-0 here. Elevate coming out strong on that first round. We'll see what they can do here. How Mix-Up, at least, is going to respond moving forward. Here we go, Badonsky in very early. He's already sitting on the point here. Harblue's going to bomb up, having a bit of a fight with Alpha at the moment. Harblue has been forced all the way behind them, but Mix-Up just walking across mid right now. Enigma able to get Decimate, and now Mix-Up all the way on the other side. Both teams have kind of swapped sides here, but Badonsky coming in from Valley with Kozin, and they're just going to launch pipes and sticks up all over the place here. And here comes Mela, flying in with a combination of pipes from Badonsky, and that is just going to wipe out all of Mix-Up right there, who is standing over in choke. Actually, I had my sides flip-flop there, but it looks like Elevate's going to come in here. They're going to get this second point, having a nice full Uber charge, and things not looking good for Mix-Up right now, Blank.
Nah, things are looking pretty grim for the Planny rivalry, if you will, but you know, we do have the Enigma Pyro and a Heavy rolled out here, so the off classes are coming out, but Elevate prepping for this push, you know, trying to see if there's a spy or anything, flesh out the defense, but the push should be coming momentarily here, Gax.
Yeah, just waiting for the prime time. They don't need to necessarily rush it. I mean, they do have the full advantage, but they do go ahead, pop that off. And they still have a Pyro over on that left side there. Mix-Up does. They haven't really gotten too many frags. Only 1 down. That's 2 down now. 3 down for them. They got on the point. They got the cap. And that is now going to be 2-0 for Elevate. 2 very quick rounds.
Yeah, this is looking like it could be a runaway game. Mix-Up really needs to win this round here to have some sort of chance in this game. If you go down 3-0 at a half, you know, the odds of coming back are almost insurmountable.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. Definitely not out of it yet, but going to be tough. Alpha getting very aggressive on the combo right away, taking down Indust as the first frag of that mid-fight, and Decimate's going to come in, get some as well. Arctic Joe falling. really, really not looking good for them now. Zalox is still in. He kind of wants to get Koz in there, who's sitting all the way down in Valley, and he dies right at the end. Decimate able to finish him off. That is another wipe there from Elevate that's going to give them mid-second a full Uber to push last with, and I think we might be seeing that 3-0 half here coming very shortly.
Yeah, the prospects are looking grim for the mix-up, boys. You know, Kozen sitting here with a 70% Uber advantage. Push will be coming very, very soon. Enigma playing that engineer. Hardblue goes down really early, too. That's not what you want to have happen when you're already at an Uber deficit. And, well, Alpha does go down really early to the Sentry Gun. So the Enigma Sentry Gun buying some time. He's going to run out on the top right here. They look like they have a pretty solid chance to hold this. Yeah, the Heavy's still pretty healthy. 2 people go down here, and the Heavy's on the point. Scout trying to sneak it on. That's Decimate. Decimate will go down. Badonsky trying to run to the point. He's sitting on the top right spawn. Gets launched up there. There's a lot of scrappy fighting. He's going to dead and kill Endus before he finally goes down. Mela is sitting there in the bottom right, but Kozen makes it out with his life. And then Alpha just waltzes right in. And, I believe this is the beginning of the end, my friend.
Oh man, I think you're right. I didn't even see Alpha still like in the fight there. Where did he come in from to finish off that cap? It was crazy.
My guess is either top left or he just ran down the staircase and walked in main. Top left is probably more feasible. I mean, as soon as he spawned, he probably went up the drop down and then, you know, he just ran in top left because everybody was going to have to be on the ground at that point with low health. From dealing with Badonsky and Decimate, and, you know, he just waltzes in, caps the point, and all of a sudden we have a 3-0 half here.
Man, I really thought Mix-Up was going to come out a tad stronger than that, but I mean, I guess Elevate, to give them some credit here, have just been kind of rolling through them here so far. I mean, that was just 3 very, very quick rounds from Elevate. It was just, the last 2 rounds were just wipes on mid, boom, go, you know. I think, were all 3 mid-fights wipes?
Pretty much, yeah, and right now Truck has the stats up right now, and Badonsky's doing 550 DDM, which, if you consider that, that's basically, like, both your scouts and a soldier, so that is a lot of damage. 550? 550, if I'm reading this number correct.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's, he's definitely doing some work there. I guess that's a big part of why they're up 3-0 right now. I mean, it's just been a mow-through right now for them, and I guess Mix-Up trying to kind of come together here and, you know, maybe talk out some last-minute strategy here, but if they don't get their act together within, you know, these next 2 rounds here that Elevate needs, it is going to be sayonara for them. They're going to be watching from the bleachers tomorrow for the finals match, so they've got some work to do. I mean, what can you really do at this point to stop Elevate blank? I mean, they've just been going through they're just destroying them. I mean, obviously one of the prime targets is going to be Badonsky, who's just, you know, kind of massacring them right now. But I mean, what else do you do in this situation to try to get yourself back into it?
Well, normally this is where you try to identify, you know, what's going wrong at mid, you know, where are you eating all the early damage, what side of the maps are they preferring, you know, what classes are they trying to focus down, you know, maybe alter your rollout, alter your timings, you know, alter which classes even you send in first, and kind of like your target prioritization as, you know, we go to the second half here and mix up, you know, that 5-minute break there, you know, this is crunch time.
Yes, indeed, crunch time. They are on the ropes late in the round here, just taking a beating, but definitely not out of it yet, as we have a bomb tried to come up there with Hardblue from Valley, but gets denied. They've got Mix-Up all playing over towards this right side house here, and we see Platinum trying to get back up and get some damage out as well, but he is going to go down. Mix-Up coming out a bit stronger here on this mid, getting some of those DM fights. Kozen is the last one up alive for Elevate right now, trying to run back, and he's going to have a bit of a fight down here with Enigma. He gets an arrow into him, but not able to finish him off. So there we go. Mix-Up finally getting a win on mid right there. They're going to go ahead and cap it and get into second, and now they are the ones. They're going to be able to get in, possibly to second. I don't know. We actually have Alpha up on Spy, though. We do have him coming around. He's over by Spire at the moment. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, we did mention a little bit of Alpha's not really gonna snipe, but I did mention the possibility of him busting out the spy, and here we go. Identifies the fact Endust has that Uber advantage. Mix-up very likely gonna be pushing the Spire here, so you know, bringing out the spy now, pretty good chance to maybe even it out. He's going for the medic right now. Is he gonna get him?
Arctic
Shoots
Joe
him, drops Endust to 16 health. Mission accomplished. I mean, the medic doesn't drop Uber, but it's the equivalent of getting the Forest, and that's plenty good. So, James Bond coming up in the in the clutch there.
Yeah, very heads-up play there from Alpha. That's exactly what they needed in that situation right there, and that is going to leave Kozin the pretty hefty advantage here, around 55% or so, moving forward. Now, I'm not sure. They are doing a forward hold at the moment. They do have a sentry up on last as well. Alpha's on engineer. So he does have a little level 1 gun kind of just hanging out up there, but it looks like they are now getting aggressive onto him. They do pop that Uber off of Bats. Badonsky is going to come flying through, getting the sticks out onto him, and thus very hurt, and finally going down to a rocket from Mela. It's going to be 2 down right now for Mix-Up, 2 down for Elevate as they're still in. They do get that cap on second, but it looks like Mix-Up coming in a bit strong here. They're going to go ahead and kind of, they were somewhat bullying them out there, but now actually Mix-Up is going to be the ones that back off as Arctic Joe goes down, and Indust still down at the moment. That's going to leave Kozin to have a pretty good advantage here, and now Harblu trying to get back in to get something onto Kozin, and Alpha's going to finish him off as the bomb was unsuccessful. That's going to be mid over to Elevate, and they're going to have that advantage blank. Pretty good pushback out from them there.
Yeah, it was Harblu. I mean, he's starting to get caught out more and more often. The plays he was going for in the past, you know, Elevate is pretty much caught on, and that's the thing. You can't really, he's really going for those high-risk, high-reward solo plays, which, honestly, if you tried to coordinate him with, say, Enigma or the rest of his team, you'd probably have a higher likelihood of success, but we do have the Uber coming in as Enigma gets dropped here. Platinum, anybody else can be another casualty? No, they only lose Enigma with about a 75% Uber charge here, but they are back at their last once again, Gex, and a 4-0 hole potentially coming up.
Oh, potentially. I mean, we'll see if Mix-Up can hold this one off here. Harblu's going to go down at forward spawn, and Indus does have a full Uber right now, though. I'm not sure if they're going to push back out with it. Each team is down a player. It looks like they've gotten themselves into upper lobby. They're kind of waiting here on a bit of a forward hold, but I don't see them really going for the push out at the moment, as Mela is still behind. Hasn't spawned in yet, but they decide not to go ahead and push in. They're just going to continue with the forward hold here. It looks like actually some players are in. Excuse me, I was looking around elsewhere and didn't even see it, but they did come out. They did use the Uber to push them back, but it's going to be Kozin here. Oh no, they do have a back cap going on. Somebody stops it. That's Harblu just at the last second with a rocket to finish off Alpha, but now they have a full Uber, and they're going to just go ahead and pop that right through lower main as they get in onto the point there. Arctic Joe trying to contest. Zaylox is there as well, getting the sticks out. Elevate now only up with 3 players. It's just Mela and Alpha. A very good hold there for Mix-Up, and that going to keep themselves alive right there, keeping it just at a 3-0 game, but a good hold from Mix-Up despite being down, a big advantage. But we do have Alpha who's worked his way in. He wants another back half. He's going to come flying through.
Nope, not this time, Alpha.
They were waiting for it.
Elevate just a little gung-ho on rushing the point there. If they just, you know, bothered to get a couple of kills first before rushing to the point with their Uber, they would have been golden here. As Decimate gets a nice flank on Zaylox here, and he's running around on the bats, and Mix-Up, you know, they're trying to push out, but at the same time not going to be able to, as Harblu sitting up top above the point, drops down, kills
my goodness!
Alpha's just going to kill everybody, the sniper class. Oh snap, the Alpha bind's coming out. He's feeling it right now, so we got some trash talk going on, but I think they're feeling it. They know that, you know, they're potentially putting an end finally to the longest rivalry in LAN history for TF2.
Oh yeah, they are just about there. I mean, that play from Alpha it was devastating. I mean, he finished the guy, well, regardless, they're going to go ahead, pop in that Uber advantage here into last. They do have a heavy up. That's Enigma. He's going to be behind. Oh, he does get finished off, and they get the cap to boot, and that is going to be 4-0 right now for Elevate. Mix-Up certainly on the ropes here. They need to get this mid-fight here blank, or it is going to be game over for them.
Yeah, this is... If you believe in miracles, now's the time for one of those. Better start praying as, we have the last mid-fight potentially of the game here. I'm kind of watching the Badonsky cam. Not really able to do too much early on this mid. Platinum lands a really nice rocket on a scout there. All of a sudden, the Badonsky kind of connecting on the pipes there and hitting a couple sticks. People on red starting to go down. Indus goes down. Some really nice surfing there by Kozin, managing to stay alive. Finally goes down. High bomb coming out of Hard Blue. 2-on-2 scenario here. Enigma and Zalox versus Alpha and Mela. It looks like they get the cap here, just up to Mela, stuck in his house. We may have a mid-fight win here for Mix-Up, and ooh, nice sticky there from Zalox, but this is just the beginning of a long, long road.
Yeah, it's gonna be, regardless, very, very tough for them to come back here, but they get some cap time on second. They realize Elevate's coming back in strong here, so they're going to have to back off slightly, but a couple of players from Mix-Up still staying aggressive in here. Platinum's kind of down low at the bottom of Spire, not gonna be able to do too much. Hard Blue is gonna bomb in from the backside here, trying to get something onto Kozin, but Alpha will be able to clean up onto him here, and Rando flying in, able to get on Indus there. Very excellent. Both medics have gone down. It's just Zalox up right now for Mix-Up, and he is going to fall to a rocket from Mela. So 2 players up from Elevate. That's Alpha and Mela, and they're going to go ahead, get on mid there, and that is going to be right back over to Elevate here. The midpoint is, but still kind of having a fight going on here regardless.
Yeah, Hard Blue doing Hard Blue things right there, bombing in. Platinum kind of bombing in as well. This kind of seems like desperation, but the DM there kind of going their way as all of a sudden 3 frags just turned around like that, so... That was just a really coin-tossy play there, but, you know, when you're down 4-0, you don't really have the luxury of playing safe. You need to start taking risks, because you've got a very, very deep hole that you've got to somehow claw your way out of.
Yeah, it's no time for playing like a wuss here. They just got to go for it at this point. So here they are. They're on second. They got a little bit of time here, and they're trying to work their way in. Kozin has a slight advantage here, but he is actually going to be up on that Uber right now. Let's see. Oh, it is crits. They're going to go ahead and take it in. Not able to do too much with it. Badonsky not really getting anything out. Let's see if he can get one more stick back there on him. Can't get it. Oh, finally getting one onto Indus there. Excellently play sticky from Badonsky. That's exactly what they needed, and now that is just going to be Mix-Up getting demolished there. Mela finishing off Arctic Joe. Great job from Badonsky there with the sticks, and that will be that'll be Elevate coming back out here. Hard Blue playing a little cheeky inside of how they actually somehow spotted him, and he's just gonna go ahead and fly back.
A little robotic again. A little robotic as Hard Blue was not in that end class, but Wolfswat manages to make it out. Goes in, pretty simple crit advantage. Indus goes in on a Mela bomb. Platinum's gonna beat them down next. And I mean, it doesn't look like there's much left in the tank here for Mix-Up, as they're just 3 players up. Elevate, Kozin's gonna go down here, but honestly it doesn't matter. And we have 3.
Alert. Our control point has been captured.
Decimates on the point, and that is a 5-0.
Oh goodness, that'll do it right there, folks. And I'm not sure if you caught the tail end of that. I don't know if Truck added up. Yeah, Truck got disconnected from the server there at the end. So I'm not sure if we're still on stream there. I'm guessing not. Oh. Oh.
I see.
Oh, all right. Cool.
All right. So are we still live and all that stuff? Nice. Well, ladies and gents, tonight, for the first time in a long time, we have witnessed history. This is the end of the Planny era, as we know it. So tomorrow, for the first time since season 8, I believe it was, we have a grand finals where there's not the Platinum Banny rivalry. So Elevate versus 4G. 4G, you know, number 1, I guess, at the moment. Elevate, though, they claw their way out through the redemption bracket, if you will, and they will be in your grand finals tomorrow, having to win 2 best-of-3s if they want to walk away with it. Mix-Up for the first time in a long time, going home third, Gex.
Yeah, man, it's the end of the era there. We've started a new chapter, it looks like, in the TF2 community here. As you said, Elevate going on to the finals to play Tech. I mean, they were looking really, really sharp there on Badlands, I'll tell you. I mean, they just on firing on all cylinders there. They were. I just rolled through mix up there. Definitely not what I was expecting to see, but regardless, it happened, man. And it was a pretty good series there from both teams, but especially Elevate. So, any closing comments there before we head out for the evening?
It's been a very exciting day at TF2. No games going to the third in the series, unfortunately, but there have been some pretty good close games. And there's the 5-2 Illuminati. There's the ending of the rivalry after 9 seasons, I believe it is. So it's been a rather historic day in the world of TF2, and I don't know, just shout outs to all the viewers, to ESEA, TFTV, Truck and whatnot, and all of us for being here.
Yeah, definitely shout out to all you guys. And as he said, Truck, he's been here all day long, manning the stream for this. So big props to him, and big props to Blank as well, who's been here all day. He's been a trooper. I think you guys have been here for probably around 12 hours now or so, I believe. So probably a little over that at this point. So big long day of matches that we've just gotten through, but we have finally been set up with our final matchup here, which is going to be taking place tomorrow morning. I believe it starts at 11, but I'm not 100% on that. But we are going to have Elevate versus the monster Tech tomorrow for our ESEA Season 17 Grand Finals. So that's going to just about do it for us this evening, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us here. Be sure to tune back tomorrow for our Grand Finals. Thanks for staying with us tonight, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.